legislation that may insult groups of people that are disadvantaged or discriminated against.
Oi! Like don't treat anyone differently? Yes, something like that. Oi! Like don't offend anyone? Yes. Oi! Like don't pay out on other people? Yes, yes, yes! You seem to have it. Now, get back to the performance. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and Santa had lost his lead.
4 to 6 choir and the Corelli Strings with the First Noel. Please welcome them. is with mixed emotions that I present this, my last formal speech to the Year 3 to 6 parent and student population before my retirement at the end of this year. I wouldn't be telling the truth if I didn't say that I am really looking forward to and am very much excited by the prospect of setting my own agenda each day and enjoying some extended travel without the concerns and worries associated with running a school. I would also not be telling the truth if I didn't say that I will definitely miss the 675 children and 60 junior school staff of this remarkable school. I've been so fortunate in my time at All Saints to work with such a dedicated and supportive staff. My colleagues, and I mean my head of junior school colleagues, often complain about the teachers in their schools and the difficult parents they have to deal with. I can honestly say that I've never really had any major issues with either staff or parents. We have been blessed at All Saints. Everyone understands that they are on the same team, working towards the same goal for the benefit of the child. Kids always come first. I must make special mention of the assistant heads of junior school who have worked with me during the last 24 years. Mrs. Moira Gandhi, not many are still around that would remember Moira. Mrs. Sue Daly, who wasn't really an assistant head but was the number 3. Mrs. Wendy Leet, and more recently, Mrs. Michelle Leftwich and Mrs. Rebecca Colley. I'd also like to acknowledge the 2 junior school secretaries who have manned, or should I say womaned, the front office in my time at the school, Mrs. Prue Haldane and Mrs. Amanda Slater. All of these people are the people who really run the school. The support and commitment I have received from my deputies and the staff in general have helped make the school what it is today. When I first came to the school in 1993, we had a junior school population of around 400, a total school population of around 900. There was no specialist physical education, no specialist art, drama, library, technology, or extension programs. Our resources were scant and budgets were very tight. We've come a long way from a meagre beginning. All Saints is a phenomenal Queensland success story. Initially, for the first 14 years of the school, we were led by Canon Leonard Nan, who by his own admission would call his management style a benevolent dictatorship. And then for the last 15 years by Mr. Patrick Wallace, who I'm sure would also agree that his leadership style is that of a participative decision maker. Yet, All Saints has maintained what first drew me to this place. 2 totally, diametrically opposed management styles from the school's 2 headmasters, and yet we have managed to keep the wonderful, family-based, friendly, supportive ethos that the school has always had, and that convinced me 24 years ago that this was not only the school for me to work in, but the school of choice for our daughter to attend. For some reason, this place just felt right, and it still does. We now have 675 junior school students, a total school population of over 1,800, specialist teachers across all areas, state-of-the-art facilities, and the latest resources. We are recognised as one of Queensland's leading schools for our academic achievements, and this is no mean feat when we don't base our enrolments on ability. We're a non-selective school. We have considerable sporting and cultural successes, and most important of all, we have happy staff, happy parents, and happy children. A teacher never really knows where their influence starts or finishes, but I fervently hope that I've had a positive influence on the lives of some of the many thousands of children who have come under my direction during my career. I've tried to be fair and listen to children's concerns. I've tried to set an example and show that life is fun and that nothing is ever as serious as it first seems, and that humour can be a cure for many ills. I hope I've succeeded at least to some small extent in this. My wife Di and I have both filled key executive roles in the school over a long period of time. And a number of people have been very kind, particularly this morning at breakfast, in saying that the school won't be the same without us, and many have expressed concerns as to how the place will cope without us. The reality is that it's time for people with new and fresh ideas to take over. It's time for a change and different approaches. And it's time for Di and I to also do something new, something different. No one is indispensable and no one is irreplaceable. True, the school won't be the same, but that doesn't mean it will be worse, for it may very well be much better. Di and I both wish the family of All Saints nothing but happiness. We have been honoured to have been part of this wonderful community, and we will eagerly follow the successes of the school and its students, albeit from afar. Thank you and goodbye, All Saints.
This is the second occasion that I've had an opportunity to speak about Rod. He hates it when I do today, and it is an honour for me to do so, just as it has been a distinct honour to serve alongside him for the last 15 years and to witness firsthand the legacy that he bequeaths on a daily basis in our school. All Saints is different because of that influence, and it is better because of that influence. I talked in general terms about some of the things I admire about Rod this morning, but I thought it might be an idea to be a bit more specific this evening as we reflect upon the particular gifts that he has brought to this school. And I think probably the most important one for me is that he always places the children at the very heart of his decision making. Every decision that he makes on behalf of the junior school has these beautiful people at its heart, and he is here to work on their behalf, and he makes that very clear. Of course, he relates superbly well to other people, especially to young people. They love him because he is funny, he's very clear, and he's very consistent. He also happens to be an outstanding teacher. Most of the junior school students have seen him when he's been reading to them, but he is a brilliant teacher as well. And one, as we heard this morning, who loves to get his hands dirty, whether it's cooking 4 kilometres worth of sausages or just putting up his hand to help when required. He has no airs and graces. He is who what you see is what you get with Rod, and he is a man of absolute integrity. So when you see what you see, that is the real person. Rod tells it as it is. He doesn't duck the tough conversations. The reason is because he knows they're important for the children who he serves in the junior school. He's one of the people in the school who I rely upon to tell me what I need to hear rather than what I want to hear, and he always does. He is humble and able to laugh at himself. Despite tonight's evidence, he actually does have a really good sense of humour. He is excellent in a crisis. We don't have many here, but when we do, Rod is the person you would like to have alongside you. And although this isn't a word I checked in the dictionary, but you'll know what I mean when I say he never catastrophizes. He is really calm, and he has an excellent sense of perspective about what is important and what we just need to get over. He is wise, decent, honest and kind. He sometimes pretends not to care, but we all know that he actually cares a very great deal about all of us, and he shows that through his actions. He is someone upon whom I have learned to rely. He offers superb counsel, and I and we are all going to miss him terribly. There's a passage in a beautiful little book by Ian Forster called What I Believe, and when I read it I always think of Rod. It goes like this: the people I most admire are those who are sensitive and want to create or discover something and do not see life in terms of power. They produce literature and art, or they do disinterested scientific research, or they may be what is called ordinary people who are creative in their private lives, bring up their children decently, or help their neighbours. I believe in the aristocracy of the sensitive, the considerate, and the plucky. Its members are to be found in all nations and in all classes, and all through the ages there is a secret understanding between them when they meet. They represent the true human condition. They are sensitive to others as well as for themselves. They are considerate without being fussy. Their pluck is not swankiness, but the power to endure, and they can take a joke. Well, I am bold enough to believe that I have shared with many others that secret understanding to which Forster refers with Rod, and it's been a privilege to do so. We're not always good at dealing with farewells. I think we sometimes find it hard to put into words connections that have been meaningful to us, but in somehow indefinable ways. So my final word to all of us, staff, pupils and parents, is please let us not let this fine, passionate, gentle man leave without saying to him what we need to say. It might be a letter or an email, it might be a snatched conversation, but he has loved all of us and has been happy to serve us, and he will, I promise, be glad to receive your blessings. Ladies and gentlemen, young boys and girls of All Saints, it has been our privilege to share our journey for a short while with a remarkable man. Let us rejoice and be glad in it, and may God bless you both, Rod and Di, now and always. Amen. I hadn't planned this, but before I invite our junior school chaplain, Melissa Gustafson, up to the stage to say a closing prayer, how about 3 cheers for Mr. Case? What do we think? Let's go, hip hip!